I'm here with Scott Coker outside the Tree Arena and the Lewis as well, with the adorned in the Bellator logo. Scott, how excited are you to be back in Ireland?
Let me tell you, the best fans in the world are here in Ireland, and the fights we've done here at the Tree Arena have just been spectacular. But I do feel this is the best fight card we've ever put on, from top to bottom, and I'm really excited about watching these fights.
To bring over a fight like Yoel Romero and Melvin Manhoef here, as an Irish fan myself and as all the Irish fans, I know we wanted a big fight like that. Is that something you've heard, that they want the Irish guys at the top of the cards, but they also want the big names as well?
Yeah, listen, everybody wants the big names, and this is a fight we could have taken anywhere in the world. Yeah, we could have taken it to America, we took it to Japan, which we're going to probably go to at the end of the year. We could have taken it, but I think that the appreciation of the fans here are unlike anything else. So their cheering and their support and their energy that they give to the fighters. I was telling some of the fighters even, like, hey, brace yourself. It's going to be electric in there, and you're going to get pumped up and fired up because these fans bring it.
What is the status of Bellator at the moment? Obviously, we had the pandemic and there was cards cut down, and you did your best to kind of come back. But now it seems like it's one card every month, whereas before it was looking at maybe 24 to 30 cards a year instead of the 12 it is now. Over the next year or two, could you run us through where it's going to be? Is it going to rebound back to that, or is it going to be one card a month?
Well, we're deciding that right now, but what you'll see is you're going to see cards that are stacked, right? Because, yeah, you can bring a card and you can have more cards, but they can be watered down. When they come to a Bellator event like this, like one of our big tentpole events, like the fights we do in California, LA, we're doing a fight in Chicago, Mohegan Sun. It's not just one main event. It's 1, 2, 3 main events plus undercard, which are always stacked. So to me, it's like the card itself is going to be massive. We're going to make the fight cards massive, and we decided that's probably better because it's more beneficial for the fans that are watching on TV and the fans that are coming to the fight. Instead of seeing one main event and a lot of undercard fights, hey, let's make every Bellator event special, and I think we've accomplished that.
I want to ask you about that, making Bellator events special. You go here and it's special. We see it right behind you. You go to Hawaii and it's different. I'm saying this now, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I look at the UFC and it's the same every week. If it's in Ireland, if it's in Hawaii, if it's on Fight Island, it's the same. Is that a big thing you want to do? You want to make every card unique and special?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we have a roster that is probably the best roster that since I've been around. So to me, when we go to Hawaii, we try to customize it and make it like a local event for the local fans, and then Ellie McFarland is always fighting and try to tap into the culture and the community, and that's really trying to do it. And I think that it's been a lot of fun to see that, but the commitment to traveling and the commitment to growing the business around the world has not changed. It's just how we do. We just put a little spin on it.
I want to ask you about the welterweight picture at the moment. Obviously, it looks like Amasov is coming back and he's going to be fighting Logan Storley. But MVP, very close decision in my opinion. He won that fight last time, and he went away and he had a bare knuckle boxing bout. What was your decision to let arguably your top guy in the world, there's probably 3 guys up there, to go away and do that while he's still right in the picture? And what's the picture going to look like over the next couple of months here?
I'll tell you, when MVP called and wanted to do this, it was something that was important to him. I think it was a good financial opportunity for him. I didn't want to hold him back from it, so we let him do it because, we could have said no, like a lot of other organizations, but we kind of have a policy where, like, look, you bring us an opportunity, if you're respectful about it and you do it the right way and it's not interfering with our timeline, and we took a risk on that too because it didn't work out for him, and so now he's got another loss on his record, right? But to me, it was a matter of, hey, is this the right thing for the kid? And that's why we let him do it.
Last 2 things for me, and I really appreciate the time. Chris Steinberg, obviously she's going to have a box match, I think, next week if it happens.
This week, yeah.
What's the decision making on that as well? Like, I would argue, and some may argue, Chris Steinberg is your biggest star, and to let her go and do it somewhere else, I know it's something she wanted to do as well, and you've done a bit of boxing, kickboxing as well. And it's like, is there any hesitance about doing that for someone who is such a big draw for you?
I tell you, when we signed Chris, the first thing she said to me was, I want to box too. This is years ago, and COVID hit, a lot of things shut down, wasn't opportunities, and they just couldn't put it together. So when they called and said, hey, we have a boxing fight in Brazil, I said, hey, you got to go do it. I know this is your dream, so it doesn't hurt us. It's good for her. She wants to do it for her career. God bless her.
And last thing, we're outside the hotel here. There's another one down the road. Hotel prices in Dublin are very expensive, right? But if you book them a few months out, they're a lot cheaper. So give us the date when the fans will book their hotel for the next Bellator.
That's a good one. Listen, traditionally we've come here in February and September. I think that tradition, will continue. The exact date, until I confirm it with our TV partners, we will, have to hold off to announce it. But, traditionally, I think you guys know we come here in February and September, and it's been a great, 1-2 punch for the year, and I think that will continue.
I lied. One more question. The fighters have kind of been given out a little bit recently, saying we only get to fight in February and September. Especially the young fighters coming up, they're like, we need more opportunities. Is that something? And obviously, we spoke about it already. There's only 12 cards a year now. It's harder to get fighters opportunities. Is it something you think maybe you get fighters opportunities on other promotions, or maybe you run maybe smaller cards or come back more often? Maybe what's the solution you think for that?
I think that what we're working on actually is maybe we come back maybe a third time a year, but it's like more of a challenger show, and we have like a great undercard. The undercard fights would be the main card, and basically it's just keep these guys busy. But it's something we're definitely in dialogue here about here, and not just here, but also all over the world wherever we promote, because we'd like to keep these guys busy as possible, and sometimes it's challenging because we're getting busy.
Scott, I appreciate your time. Unless there's any other big announcements you want to give us.
No, listen, tune in. It's gonna be a great night of fights, and coming down, support it. It's gonna be an unbelievable night, and I'm looking forward to it.
Scott, appreciate the time. Thank you very much.